Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your likes and your shares and your comments, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time this evening. I wanted to talk to you about while you're on that road towards your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, to be mindful of others. You see, we are commanded to love the Lord thy God with all our hearts and to love others as we love ourselves. And so be your brother's keeper. There's a lot of media attention surrounding mental health issues, and it's becoming more and more of a challenge in our society. There are many people that are suffering, and we've seen many untimely deaths, especially in public figures. But there are a lot of people that are suffering silently, and we have lost to this disease, and they have not received the same kind of public outpouring of attention. But this illness is something that we need to be mindful of, and we need to think of others and what others might be facing. And so I know that the holiday season is approaching. There's the US Thanksgiving, and then there's Christmas and Hanukkah and many other celebrations. And so, as we're busy, out there with the hustle and the bustle of life, and we're entertaining and shopping and eating and all of those festive activities, be mindful of others around you that might not be so blessed. And, just to take that time to think and reflect about this, that there are people out there that are going through difficulties and are not as fortunate, and may silently be hurting. And there are a lot of lonely people, and there are a lot of hurting folks, and a lot of brokenness. And so I want to share with you this poem that I just feel that there's a lesson in it for us all during this season. And I'm just going to jump right in and read that to you. I was busy after all. I had places to be. The homeless man was invisible to me. I was in my own world. There was no time to notice what I didn't care to see, an outstretched hand or a gesturing plea. He said to me as his eyes met mine, "Can you spare some change? Can you spare some time?" I didn't miss a beat, shaking my head from side to side. "Not even a dime," was my quick reply, saying sorry as I walked on by, yet feeling guilty for this little white lie. Maybe he ought to get a job. That was what came to mind, excusing any need for me to have to be kind. Not to someone like that, I thought. So on my way I went with the stuff that I had just bought. He smelt so bad, and he was dirty. I was questioning, was he even worthy? Trying to make sense of the situation, I tried to rationalize, but quickly concluded I had no reason to feel bad. I'm not going to feel sad. So into my car and away I went. I worked hard, so there was no need to feel guilty for the money I had spent. I'm not going to be bothered by this loser. Obviously, he's made bad choices. He's not my problem. I'm not his keeper. Maybe he's on drugs or a criminal running from his past. Perhaps someone with no ambition, or just a fake looking to make a few dollars fast. Arriving home, still contemplating the possibilities of who this man could be, there on the 6 o'clock news showed a face that was familiar to me. It was him, the homeless man I had just seen, the man outside the store I had just been. They said that he was suffering from memory loss after returning from the war, serving his country, and now paying the ultimate cost. His family crying, for their loved one was still missing. I had judged this man so wrongly, now realizing that he was a hero to so many. Why do we judge issues in others? Should we not now know better? He was not at all what I had thought. Isn't this what we've all been taught? So let this story be a lesson. Instead of judging, try to show some compassion. There could be additional circumstances, like mental health issues, which was the reason in the case of this homeless veteran. The homeless are people, just like you and me, that face day-to-day problems we are unable to see. And as I share those poems, that poem, there are two scriptures that come to mind. And the first is found in Matthew 5:25, verse 40. The king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." And the second verse is Hebrews 13, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. I challenge you all to do something this season to spread a little joy to someone else. Thanks for watching, and remember as always to keep your sights on the things that are eternal, for it's in the eternal things that we can move beyond the walls.